How's it going? What's happening? Beautiful blessings to you, wonderful souls. Crypto Bliss Show is welcoming you to this beautiful community. So thank you for being here, you blessed and wonderful souls. Kiara Ducasse here today, and I am going to be hosting the show, of course, as you guys can see. So thanks very much for all of that beautiful energy and for being here, you guys. I really appreciate it. I've been getting tons and tons of awesome comments on the videos that I've been doing recently, especially when you speak about very specific communities. So thanks to Cult DAO as well for the support and obviously grabbing more of those followers from there. I love this project. I do think it's amazing. I'm going to keep dollar cost averaging into this project because it is definitely one of the people that commented said 1000x. I put here 2542x. So let's obviously see what happens there with this beautiful crypto project. But yesterday, guys, I made a very cool video for you guys to say that the total crypto market cap had literally broken out. So we are seeing very, very bullish momentum, and we are going to talk about a number of different signals today in this video that actually shows us what is going on in the economy and why you need to be very, very, very sharp right now as to where we're at and what we're doing, because there's short term, there's medium term, and there's long term. And right now we are in the short term, carrying out the long term. So we need to be very cautious in our trading. But guys, to share with you guys, if you go and take a look at my Twitter channel, I am in a few trades, and I'll show them to you right now. So I don't know if you guys can see here. Okay, but I am in a few trades. Blur, BTC, my BTC trades 148%, my Ethereum's 82%, Link, Algo, Gala, and look at the quantity of this, guys. You guys can do this with small amounts of money. I mean, Gala, Arweave, and they're all in profit, guys. At least 20% in profit. I mean, Solana, all of these things broke out yesterday. So you know, I'm sharing with you guys, and I'll show you guys very specific things. When I do videos like this and speak about breakouts, you know, this is the first breakout that we've had in a very, very long time. So if you guys want to go and trade and do what I'm doing, make some percentage gains and profits in your trades, then hit that bybit link down below where you can trade with up to $30,000 deposit. The account that I just showed you is my small account that I use to fiddle with things, investigate. You know, if I lose money on that account, I'm not too concerned. It's just an account that I use to learn from as well, because the only way you're going to learn is by learning through others, but also helping yourself learn using the tools that you have available to you guys. And literally, I mean, on Bybit, with the Bybit link down below, I mean, I'm doing copy trading. We're doing copy trading. There's artificial intelligence bot trading. I'm busy doing all of those things. I'm doing derivatives trading. I'm doing spot trading. I'm buying, I'm staking, I'm earning. So there's multiple platforms and asset pools that you can use to accumulate capital and passive income for your life. So don't waste any more time. Join me on that link down below. You're going to benefit from it. Make no mistake. Even if you deposit $10 or $100, start your journey in crypto today. Of course, this video isn't financial advice, but I'm going to share with you very, very critical moments to show you what's going on in the economy right now, from the largest indicators to tell us the strength of the global economy, obviously, because the global currency is the US dollar. That is what is affecting a lot of things. So I want to share with you guys today that we are officially at the $1.2 trillion to $1.2 trillion market cap. We have been pumping. $200 billion has come into the market, into the crypto market within the past 24 hours. We are up 4.2 just today and in the past 24 hours. And the Bitcoin dominance is at 43.59. So BTC broke through a new high again. It's now 35.4% for the 7 days guaranteed. Tick, damn, bam, in the box. Thanks, man. Ethereum is sitting at 1820, which is powerful, up 27% for the week, which is amazing. BNB is up 24% at 344. Ripple at 38 cents. Cardano at 35 cents. Polygon at $1.24. It's been pumping as well. Dogecoin has remained pretty decent, up 16.7%. Solana has been pumping as well, up 21%. Polkadot up 20% to 6.62. Litecoin 86. I mean, you can see everything has been pumping minimum 15%. I mean, where did I see this again? Wrap BTC. Okay. Uniswap up 17%. Chainlink is up 16%, guys. So we have literally been crazy pumping here in the market. And I'm going to show you something, because the greed indicator is starting to tick back in again. And I'm going to say to you that we're probably going to be in here for a couple weeks longer before we see something. And I'm going to tell you that it's going to crack the market and it's probably going to send this down. But I'm going to show you a few indicators to tell you where we are in the market. So we are still in the greed space. Remember, you take profits in greed and you buy in fear. Okay. Remember that. Okay. When we talk about what we talk about, you can see, guys, we have literally been pumping crazy stuff here. So we are heavy in the green all around, and it's looking very delicious and beautiful. Profits, if you bought earlier on when I've been talking about all of the videos on my channel, when you guys have bought these things, when there was a breakout on the crypto total market cap, no doubt you guys have made some money. So well done to you. Congratulate yourselves on taking profits. Let's go and have a quick squiz here. Now let's jump into the dollar price. You know, guys, I always like to start with the dollar price because I speak about the dollar. So these indicators told us that we were rejected here at the top. We then had continuation of a rejection down. Now I'm going to say to you, even though we didn't have a double top, there is some sort of a lower M pattern happening here. And actually we can see that this pretty much pulls down. It literally fell to the bottom in here in support. Try to pump up, and this week it actually failed to get through this level. So you can see there was a sell indicator. Yes, there was a buy indicator 2 days ago, but we didn't make it through. On the 4-hour time frame, we did not make it through. And I'll go and show you very quickly. On the 4-hour time frame, we also had a downward sloping trend here, okay, which we failed. So this dollar might pull back up a little bit here, and then be rejected again, and then I do see that we'll probably break this level here, which will bring us very likely down to the blue line again on the dollar, which is 102, which brings us to this support and this support. And I do believe that we'll probably be fiddling around in this triangle for the next little while, maybe. We've only got until mid-May until this has to either break up and perhaps retest the top there, because that's what it would do, or break down, which at this point, and I'm going to show you guys something crazy on the dollar, because if we had to break out of this is essentially the target. Okay, that would be the target for the dollar. So we would see the dollar back at, call it 90. That would come back down to 90, which is levels we haven't seen since COVID times, which is very interesting. Now, I'd like to go and point out to you on the weekly time frame actually what the dollar has truly been looking like. Okay, because on the weekly we were rejected there, which has constantly been heavy rejection and resistance. Okay, and we pulled back down immediately. We've now got a bit of support here, so maybe we might push back up. There are first two lines to hit as resistance. If we fail to break through the first one and reach the second one, we will be rejected and then pushed down, which at that point is when I do believe we'll probably reach this level. And as you can see, it coincides. And I'm going to put a very let's see if I can do this, horizontal line. Let's even put it there at the target. Yeah, okay, right at that target. Okay, I'm going to put that line there. Let's pick, I can't really see what the colors are. I don't know why it does that for me. Okay, let's just have a random pick. There you go. Now we can see that color. So once we get to that point on the dollar, that will be very interesting to see, because that's going to depict to us, if we break this level, that's the target, no doubt about it. If we break this level, that's the target, again, no doubt about it. Now let's go and have a look at the Bitcoin price, because the Bitcoin price, again, is still continuing to push up here. We're coming up to a level of resistance right here now at about the 28,600 level. But I do believe that we've got up until about 32, 33,000 to hit. At the absolute maximum, 35,000. So I'm going to say to you, at this point, we will definitely see one of these sell indicators. If you see, we saw one of those sell indicators here, and then we've seen a buy. We haven't yet seen another continuation of buy, but we are in a buy momentum. Now, if we look on the daily time frame on Bitcoin, okay, you can see that I've drawn my levels of resistance, okay, in here. We have officially confirmed breakout of this channel and this level. So this was essentially a fake out, and then a strong push up to the top here. And we essentially broke out, and we're coming up to a level of resistance. So there will be much resistance within this level, guys. I'm just giving you a heads up. Take some profits if you've gotten some trades. Take some profits out here. And, you know, I would say take 80% if you want out of the trades at this level, and leave maybe 20% to run up to there if it does run up to there. But if it doesn't run up to there, at least you know you've banked 80% of your profits, which will likely give you profit plus cover your initial invested margin. Now, here are the indicators that I'm going to point out. So I hope you're still watching this video. And if you are, please comment down below, because it took me a little while to get all of this information ready and prepared for you this morning so that I could give you a very, very high quality rated video for you guys to understand where we are at in the market. So thanks very much for hitting that thumbs up and commenting down below on your best beautiful energy. So let's have a look at the USC. In fact, considering what we've just seen with the dollar and Bitcoin, let's go and see something quickly. So bank failures between 2001 and 2023. There have been 563 bank failures from 2001 to 2023. And that's just speaking about the US government, okay? Now, the total number of assets, and I need you guys to look at this very, 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 very carefully, okay? Okay, now just have a quick squiz at this. This is 2001 to 2023. You can see here, over here, 21, 22, there were no bank failures. Here, there were no bank failures, okay? Then all of a sudden, we had this crazy run up in bank failures. And then what happened? This has been spoken about by a number of economists in the market, that when one bank fails, because they're all leveraged with each other in some way, whether they're the small banks or the big banks, a lot of them tend to fail and a lot of them tend to collapse all at once. Now, at the peak here, we had in 2010, 157 banks fail. Guys, we have only heard of 2 banks failing and a few crypto projects failing recently. Okay. Imagine we heard 157 banks. And guys, I don't even know how many banks have actually been born through this time again. Are there more banks to fail? I'm pretty sure that there are. Cheers to you guys. I need to have a little sip of this coffee. Mesquite coffee. Sugar-free with coconut creamer. Yes, perk me up. Okay. Now, we have officially had a crazy rise up in liquidity issues and bank failure through assets, okay? So right now, we have total assets of 320 million US dollars, okay? In millions, so that's 3.2 trillion odd, okay? At the peak, at the all-time high there, we had 373. So we're extremely close to that level right now. And the Fed has already put some backstops on some of these banks. Imagine what's going to happen when the Fed, all the Fed is doing is basically kicking the can down the road. They're backstopping, they're saying, banks, okay, give me all the assets that you have, loan some more money so that you can have cash today, but you have to pay it back in 1 year's time. What does that actually look like for them? Well, they're kicking the can down the road, because how do they pay back in the future what they can't even pay back today if they failed today? And they're just getting a bit more liquidity today to support them today. What happens in a year? What does that actually mean? And I'm going to show you something here, guys. This is what the bank failures look like. So Signature Bank and Silicon Valley Bank. Credit Suisse isn't even on this chart just yet. Okay. We had Washington Mutual Bank fail at $307 billion. So that's one of the biggest. Okay. All of these banks failed throughout these times and throughout these years. Okay. Look how many bank failures there were back then. Look how many bank failures there were in 2008 all the way up to 2012, guys. That was the majority of the bank. Okay, we literally have Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, two big banks. Okay, you can see they pretty much very similar sizes to the Washington Mutual Bank. Are we going to start to see more small banks across the world collapsing, which are hedged through some of these larger banks? And that's going to start to fill up the gaps here and carry us through from about 23, because this was about a 5-year period, from about 23 to about 28. Does that mean anything to us? If that does, then this is going to help us with these charts here that I'm going to show you now. And I'm going to just draw down on my video here quickly, because I need to share with you the entire chart. This is the US core CPI data, and this is all the way from 69 or 68 all the way to today. There is a level of resistance, and here is a level of support, and here is another level of support. We literally broke through, found support, bounced back up, broke through extremely hard, retested, found resistance, and we failed and collapsed. Now, guys, that has been happening since the early 80s, okay? Now, I'm going to very much point something out to you in another chart. Okay, so early 80s, we collapsed. Now, are we at the same place? Have we bounced off of here? Are we going to break through and pump up? Or are we going to, is inflation going to run? Or is it going to hit resistance and perhaps come back and pull back down? Because, guys, this is a level saying that it can never, ever come below that 2, or well, not ever, but it's going to be very difficult for it to get back down to this 2% level. So actually, there is a level right here at about 3.87% is exactly where they might end up, doing some tightening and raising again. But for me, for now, I think, the core CPI. So people are going to slow down on their spending, is in other words what's happening. So that'll help with a deflationary environment, but that's going to literally crush the economy. It's going to crush more banks. It's going to do a whole bunch of things in the market. Now, this is the unemployment rate, okay, since those times as well. Now we can see here that through the unemployment rate times, again, back here, where were we at 2007, the unemployment rate, and now as you guys can see right here, the unemployment rate is literally starting to turn back up. The blue line is crossed. We are pulling up. The white line is the indicator. The blue line is the actual, okay? And what we are starting to see is this blue line turn up. And if we can see, 21 ended up being a very steep curve, and 2007 all the way, this lasted up until 2010. So this was a 3-year stint of complete destruction in the economy with unemployment, guys. And we probably got back up to this level at about 9.7%, guys. That's going to be insane to see that, considering we're down at 3.55%. So that's a 3x unemployment rate, okay, with the US economy, guys. That is insane, okay? Now, the final thing that I want to show you for the US economy and what this means. Okay, this is a chart, since this is the chart on the Federal Reserve interest rates. Okay, I'm going to point out two very, very, very specific things here for us now in this chart. Okay, first thing is, again, the blue line is the actual, the white line is the indicator. Okay, now I'm going to show you something very cool, guys. This indicator that I have with the buy and sells. Okay. This indicator here signals when there will be sell or when there will be buy, okay? And as we can see, buy, sell, they're very, very clear in what's going on. So this was all buy, and this, as you can see, is starting to slow momentum down. Are we perhaps going to sit in a sideways momentum? From here to here was about a year and a bit of sideways action where they didn't do anything with the interest rates. This was about a 6-month stint, and this was about a 6-month stint, and this was about a 6-month stint. Okay, it takes them about 6 months to 1 year once they've realized that they cannot actually push the interest rates any further higher before the entire economy collapses. This is a huge indication to you guys. So take this into cognizance when you are about to invest. When you are in profitable trades right now, take profit, because millionaires and billionaires will be made during the next few years, okay, with a lot of patience and a lot of dedication and discipline to what it is that you're doing and where you're investing your capital, okay? Your sweat equity, okay? So, because you're sweating to earn this capital that you can put in your investments, okay? So 6 months to a year. So if we're currently here today in March, okay, and we're expecting an interest rate, probably a little spike, so it'll push it up a little bit. And then if we're seeing 6 months from March, that will take us probably to about August, okay? And August is more or less where we would start to see some action, where they could then start pushing the interest rates down again, which would then on the unemployment rate cause a hyperinflationary moment. This would come and drop down even further, and we would have the core CPI would come down, but it would immediately burst back up because the Federal Reserve would have to pump money into the market to raise liquidity in the market, because the unemployment rate is going to be extremely high, plus the CPI will be low, which will mean that, and they're pulling down the interest rates, which means that they need liquidity to come back into the market so that they can basically kickstart the economy again with people's capital. So what that looks like for us is very powerful, because that is majorly bullish for Bitcoin, for gold, for silver, for metals, for commodities, and very bearish for the dollar. Hence what I'd shown you throughout this video. So if you appreciate what I've done for you so far, I'm going to show you one more set of charts just based on the crypto charts. Now this is the weekly Bitcoin dominance chart. There is a larger time frame here. You can see in my ascending, because it's pointing up, so it's ascending, narrowing, that's the word I was looking for, narrowing, because it's coming down, narrowing wedge. Okay, what does that mean? We're at the bottom of this wedge, guys. Crypto is going up now, whether we like it or not. Okay, so if you missed the boat, you still have an opportunity right now to get into some of these coins, make a good return on your money, and bank out at a specific point. Because when we hit that point, guys, I am telling you, Bitcoin hasn't been through anything yet. I'm no professional in Bitcoin or any crypto. I am just learning every day, just like you guys in the community together. And I'm saying to you, I'm looking at what the charts are saying, and the charts are saying a very, very specific language of there is resistance, there is resistance. So once we break out and hit these levels, this green line, it has to break out of in order to meet the major resistance. The green line is the first mediocre resistance level, and then the next level of resistance is the purple line. So if you see one of these sell indicators at this purple line or the green line, don't be shocked. Sell some of your crypto, bank in some profits, and buy back when it has a buy moment signal, okay? Because we'll see that. And if you're subscribed and hit that notification bell to my channel, you will see when I talk about these things with you guys. That's the Bitcoin dominance. Now go and check it out on the daily time frame quickly, because on the daily time frame, okay, look what we have done. We have officially broken out of this ascending channel, okay, which is normally a bearish channel, but we bounced straight through here. We had a confirmed buy signal, and of course, with everything I've been saying, we broke out, confirmed that we're above. Now we will retest this hopefully and break up to the upside here, which we need to break through this level here if Bitcoin wants to get more dominance. But if we're rejected at the 47-48% level, then I'm going to say to you that we'll probably bounce a little bit here before we maybe come back down to the lower levels. Now, what that will look like is people are putting their money into Bitcoin right now. That's why the BTC dominance is going up. And when there's a sell signal, people take their money out of Bitcoin and put it into altcoins and other assets that are going to also return them big gains, just like Bitcoin just did. And that then the cycle continues. Okay, you buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. However, I'm not saying to you that you shouldn't have your money tied up in crypto. Your Bitcoin tied up in a cold storage wallet. I'm not saying that you must take that and sell it. Although I am saying it's smart to do stuff like that, where you can trade Bitcoin to make more USD and more Bitcoin crypto, right? The final two charts I want to show you is that we have officially confirmed on the total market cap, and you can see that we're going to be pushing up a little bit higher. We broke out, we literally busted through, we retested here, and we're now on our way up, which is proving to us that we are actually officially going up, and our first level of resistance will be up here. Our next level of resistance will be up here. So take some profits here and take some profits there. Very simple, guys. The same thing with the total 2, which is including Ethereum. It has broken out here, and we are currently seeing that wedge break to the upside at the moment. First target there, second target up here. Guys, this is amazing, 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 because this would be about 950 billion just in altcoins, okay? Just in altcoins. That means that Ethereum would probably make up about 40%, 50% of that entire crypto, of that entire total market cap, and then everything else will make up the rest. Crazy, right? Hey? Amazing, amazing, amazing. So if you want to get into these cryptos and you want to let me know, I would love to see Bitcoin back up here at $1 trillion or $1.6 trillion market cap. That would be amazing. Hopefully we can see that within the next 6 months to 12 months. Okay, guys. I do see there's a bit of upside, but there's always the general rule of thumb to remember: sell in May and go away. But we'll look at the charts then and we'll tell you what to do. Okay. If you guys really enjoyed this video, it took me a long time to do this content for you. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the comments down below. Appreciate you, my special community. Thanks for watching this. A bit of a longer video, but as you can see, there was a lot to cover here for you guys, just for you. Thanks for watching. Blessings. Take care.